And our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson. Here we go. Orlando with the ball. Pass to James. George feels it out of it. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. Goes up on the wing.
Ooh, come on, Wim. Ah.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. It's James on the wing. And it's James with the jam.
And the defense making it too easy for LeBron James. Can't let him get that close.
On the wing, Irving. On the wing, Irving. And he makes it on the layup.
Nice way to start the game. That's where you'd like to get your shots from.
Pass to George. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Jackson. It's George on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a foul call on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Paul George right now 1 step ahead of his defender, using the old
And so he makes both from the line.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to single.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
The attention to detail on defense. Jackson reads shooters well and knows when to go for blocks.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Jackson outside. Orlando again missing. And so it's Porzingis with it. He brings it up for Chicago. And he's going to the line for 2.
We had a chance for that maybe
one. Contact while he was going up. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game coming at any defense that people throw at him.
George for 3. Chicago with a rebound.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Here's Wembanyama. And yep, it's good. Wembanyama's gotten his second bucket.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Pass to Duncan. James inside. And slam.
Not bad. I can take fast enough.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Wembanyama's shot is good.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
Pass to Duncan. George left side. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. George outside. There's the triple. He drops it from range. George has got 5.
Yeah, you want those 3 points back? Give it to Paul George.
And here's Wembanyama. Another 3 for Chicago.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now here's George. 5 points in the game.
That's a needle in the haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Wembanyama. And Gilgeous-Alexander with a block. Left side, Wembanyama. Shoots over George. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. George has the open look. The shot's good on the assist by James. He's got 9.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
But simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a lot of things well, and this time playing with some great offensive balance.
Pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Now here's Irving. From deep, Wembanyama. No good there.
No way.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top, scored that guy.
And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be a second foul of the game. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone.
Well, at 6'6", SGA absolutely has the size to get up there and throw it down.
Pass to Duncan. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. George drives in. And it's Irving with a rebound. And so it's Irving with it. He brings it up for Chicago. A big triple. Gilgeous-Alexander.
SGA doesn't rely on the three to get his points, but man, when it's fouled, watch out.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Duncan. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Chicago with the ball. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Irving. And the finish by Irving.
There's a feel that Porzingis has to the game, and the more comfortable he is in these kind of settings, he'll rack up some assists.
Now here's Jackson. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. It's George on the wing. Here's Duncan. No good on the triple.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Weber. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Irving. Another three for Chicago.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
There's Jackson with the three. On target from range. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Wembanyama. They kick it out to Porzingis. Here's James. And slam dunk by James.
All right, the coaches are going to ask you to stay in front of LeBron James, but seriously, you want to get in front of that?
They kick it out to Porzingis. Porzingis soars in for the jam. Off the bounce.
Making sure of it with the two-point slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here.
And that's a slam dunk from the big fundamentals. You don't want to get in the way when he's throwing it down.
So both teams changing it up here. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
They're pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
The layup off target.
No, that is for the missed.
Here's on it. Come on, Giannis. Unreal.
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
Beasley outside. Drains the triple. Beasley's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave it all alone at the arc.
And there's the screen. Here's Drexler. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Doncic. Into the lane. Soft touch off the glass. And now it's a 5-point Chicago lead.
Yeah, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Chicago ahead, up 5. And we'll be back right after this. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Chicago leading by 5. George scanning the floor. Out to Beasley. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Chicago shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That one's off.
Taking 2 shots.
He hits the 2nd from the line. Orlando trails by 6. Outside Booker. It's deflected.
That's an awesome defensive display by Duncan there, coming up with the block and aggressively sending that one back.
Leonard in transition.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down.
No way, not that.
The game is fully in their control.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
Oh yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
Here's Raja. Still no points. Williamson misses. Pass to Duncan. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's George. It's Beasley on the wing. Clock at 6. Lays it up and in with a nice reverse. And it's a 10-point Chicago lead.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Yep, that one goes.
And not just a threat from interior or around the rim. Williamson can also hurt you from the mid-range.
Brent, one area where Zion Williamson continues to improve is as a passer.
Albeit he's cut down his turnovers while more than doubling his rate of assists. And to me, that's just familiarity, getting on the court more consistently and not being injured. I mean, he's going to build and compound on that experience. So starting to make plays is starting to show for Zion.
Good on the bucket.
Well, Devin Booker lethal on the pull-up jump shot. Loves going to this shot when the D is not paying any attention.
Here's Duncan. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Pass to Drexler. Kicks it out to Williamson. Shoots over Beasley. Williamson, no good. Chicago leading by 6. Right side, Booker. George outside. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Giannis driving inside. Snatched away. Beasley outside. Pass to George. And here's Booker. Here's Duncan. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker.
And when your 7-footer, like Tim Duncan is knocking down jumpers off of passes like that there, it is devastating to the defense.
And the shot's good. Now Booker. Pass to Duncan. Now here's George. Here's Duncan. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Chicago ahead, up 6. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Orlando trails by 6. Inside. Here's Jackson.
I don't know how
And
this
the
happened.
dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, you have to admire the size and strength of Jackson Jr. Just fantastic work establishing himself inside and slamming it down.
Right by Wembanyama.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Jackson. Jackson, the screen. Here's George. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good.
Yeah, just not going to get too cute with it here. Get the ball to PG and let PG cook.
They kick it out to Porzingis. Porzingis, big stride. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. There's Jackson with the 3. He buries it from
I'm
3.
being so sick of
And you know his
this.
team wants Jackson Jr. to keep taking these threes, knowing it'll help open up this offense even more.
What?
Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Gilgeous-Alexander gets the bucket on the breakaway.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants to rock with the game on the line.
Take a look at it, locked in right now in this moment, wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Rejected by George.
Known as a tough defender, George, so good at reading shooters and getting to those shot attempts.
They now take the lead. Jackson's got 8 here in this quarter. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Orlando?
Well, you have to like what you've seen from them defensively. They've done well contesting shots and have managed to come away with some blocks, too.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
George outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Duncan. There's a screen. Kicks it out to Jackson. Over Wembanyama. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 10 points in just the second half.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch. Gilgeous-Alexander coming through big time.
Just about 3 minutes through the 4th, final quarter here. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Jackson. Off target from 3-point range.
Wow, that takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here when the game is close. He kicks it up enough.
Here's Porzingis.
No, we had a chance to finish the game.
Just poor execution there. You cannot
2K
give the ball away at this point in the game.
Jackson outside. Orlando again missing.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And he commits the intentional foul. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Count it! And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value, and nice to see him deliver it.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Can't get the three to fall. And so Chicago takes the win. What a performance they have here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so